All right, now we already talked about how to create EC2 instances like this with this specific provider. And we mentioned over and over these access and secret key must be in environment variable or AWS SSM parameter store. Okay, now imagine if I want to have another provider. So provider like Azure or Google Cloud or Alibaba or whatever. Okay, or you want to have a provider AWS but with another region. Okay, so for example, you want US West 1 or US West 2, whatever. Okay, how to do such a thing? Actually, it's so simple. Just add the provider again, and it will be AWS as well. And here, the region, this time, the region, it will be US West -2, okay, or -1, whatever, okay? So, the access key and secret key, we already put them here, or if environment variable, parameter, or whatever, okay? Now here, so far so good, but actually, this will give us error, because we cannot put two providers, right? One of them must be the default one, okay? So how to distinguish between them? Actually, we will use and add something called alias. So it is like this, alias equal, and here let's name West, and here it is called West, okay? All right, now this is the secondary provider, and this is the default provider, okay? Because the alias here indicate for another region. Now imagine I want this region, okay, or this instance. I want to create another instance. Of course, we will not use this AMI ID because it has been changed. It depends on the region actually. So I want to change this. So if I go here to the AWS, if I go to the console, to US East or West 2 on Oregon. By the way, you can put it on Europe, okay? So from here, from the launch instance, let's choose AMI. So actually I am from Oregon and I want to choose this AMI ID, right? So if I put it here, so you can see that actually it is different. So here it ends with 3B1 and it is 16E here, okay? But anyway, and we want it to be instance type T2 micro. But this I will not put as is actually. This time I will put here provider. So provider equal and put the name of the provider, which is AWS.West, okay, like this. So which means that this is an optional, by the way. You can see this will be only created into the region US West 2, which is Oregon in my case. All right, so far so good. Now terraform init. Yeah, by the way, I forgot to change this. So my, let's say, second EC2 instance, whatever, name it whatever you want. Yeah, by the way, you can see that I just copy pasted without changing the name of the, or the local name, I mean, okay? Anyway, so terraform init. Let's wait a little bit. All right, now terraform apply, okay? Okay, you may ask me what is the problem? Because you can see no valid credential source for AWS provider found. Okay, so actually we need to get this as well. All right, so either as environment variable or you can choose them here, put them here. Okay, so let's clear the screen, let's apply again. Okay, you can see that it is working as expected. So the plan to add, okay, so you can see that here we are going to add two EC2 instances in two different regions. So yes, let's wait a little bit. Okay, now two resource has been added successfully. Now, if I go to the console again, if I go to the EC2, if I go to the instances or the running instances, cool. You can see that we have this instance running successfully, okay? Now, if I scroll a little bit until I see the AMI ID, you can see that it is here, 3B1. Okay, so if I go here, you can see that, yeah, it is 3B1, which is the one in the US West 2, which is Oregon here, from this provider, all right? Now, if I go to North Virginia or US East 1, you can see that it is another one. And if I go here, now you can see it is 16E. Now, if I go here, yeah, it is here 16E. Now, this is the same thing will work for VPC, any resources, RDS, whatever, okay? So, again, a quick recap. By default, we can provide one provider, okay? AWS, Google Cloud, Alibaba, Azure, whatever, okay? Then provide the region, then provide the access and secret key, And we talked about these over and over. I will not talk about them over and over again. And we have this provider, another block of provider, AWS, another region, this is a second region, and access and secret key, as well as here is what difference is that we used the argument or this argument name alias with the value west. Okay, so alias equal west, which means that this is not the default provider. This is the one or the default provider. This is the secondary provider, and we will use this specific provider by choosing or using the argument provider and give it the value of aws.west, which is the name of the alias. Okay, so aws.west. Okay, aws.west. Then initialize, apply, and you can see it is here as expected. Now it's time to destroy it. So terraform destroy, and yes,